What up, gang? Mike Gomez back with you again for this year's TMEA All-State Jazz Drums videos. Fun fact, this is the 10th year in a row I've done this. So, yeah, we should just say that out loud, I guess. I really enjoy doing this. I hope you guys find it useful. Let's thank everybody that makes this possible. TMEA, TJEA, your band directors, your parents, everybody who cares about what you do and supports you, all right? We all just want to see you lifted up and accomplish great things, and it's our greatest hope through this contest that you just become a better version of yourself and also maybe have some fun and play some music with people along the way. So let's get into the tunes. What we're going to do here is we're going to go straight through these takes. I just finished filming. This is going to be a little raw. You'll get some different kind of finalized versions, but I love giving you guys multiple takes of the tune every year. One year, long ago, I was judging in a room, in a place, and everybody played the same thing. And I knew it was my video. And while that was nice to hear that students that year had direction and something to aim for, maybe that they would never have thought of on their own, fills, setups, etc. I felt some sort of like inner obligation to make sure that every student in the entire state didn't just play the same video. Like, there's way more to jazz and music in general, right? So we're going to go through a few takes. I kind of put myself in the hot seat this year. I gave myself a couple of days of preparation, learn to move and groove with the recordings. Shout out to Drew Zaremba and Chris Berg, Stockton too, on all the arrangements. Appreciate you, fellas. And the bands that recorded this stuff. So, like I was saying, I gave myself a couple days, maybe a week or two, on and off. But I didn't sit here 8 hours a day for 2 weeks. Okay, like you probably can and cannot. And I just went for it. I kind of finalized some parts, and rather than seek absolute perfection, I'm going to model my experience after yours. In that, at some point the deadline will come, and you need to have yourself as put together as you can, and you need to go for it. All right? All right, then. So I've got a list of notes. We're going to watch the takes here. I encourage you guys to come back to this a lot so that you can really understand why I chose to do what I did when I did it. Some things I play the same every time. Some things I don't. Why? Come back for the book report. My advice to you is to find your favorite take or parts and go from there. Listen to the original recording if you can find them. I listened to Streetlight Shuffle, I believe, on Spotify. Look for them, guys. They're out there. And that goes for all of music in general, right? You don't learn to play jazz by learning these 3 songs one time a year. So that's 12 songs in high school? No way. You got to listen. You got to go find this stuff. So listen to them. That'll inform you of what is out there and been recorded, what's possible, because it's often a question of ours, right? What is right and what is wrong in music, and especially in interpretive, improvisational music like jazz. So we'll discuss a little bit about what's right and what's wrong. I like to almost never say that that's wrong. I like to instead refer back to recordings from the great jazz masters and think, I haven't really heard that, or I have heard that a lot, or I've heard it sometimes, right? So you can kind of just make an informed decision. And then, of course, balancing that process with, does it fit? Does it feel right? Does it serve the style? Does it serve the song? Right? I mean, we can play a shuffle, and then I can play a double bass pedal metal fill, and it wouldn't be wrong, right? If I played it perfectly in time and at the right touch and volume and nailed the execution, sick tight with the band. Sick tight. But I mean, it's like a double bass drum pedal out of style. It might not fit. So with that parameter in mind, sure, somebody could say that's wrong. Don't do that. But so I just like to recognize that wrong is a very strong word, but we need to recognize when we should and shouldn't do things instead. All right, let's get into it. Here's the first video. All right, Streetlight, here we go. Rocking with the trumpets. Pop, pop, pop. Yep, kick and snare there. Cool. So right there, ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, bum, bum, so that's measure 12. The only person that's playing on beat 4 there is the bass. By the way, I digress. If you haven't listened to this recording, look at this music. There's stuff all over it. If you haven't listened to this recording and just marked things that aren't there, there's a whole lot of slashes and no information. Now, that's some information, but like, what are the backgrounds? What are the rhythms? What are the themes, right? So at measure 12, you'll notice that we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 2, 3, ba-boom, and 4 is just the bass. So whatever you play there, make sure it lines up with that, etc. And you're going to hear me do a couple of different things there. Sometimes I'll support with just a kick, ba-boom. In take 1 here, I did cymbal, so like a high voicing in the fill. All right, let's go on. This is what I call A, by the way. Let's label those real quick. Letter A is 13. I'm calling B 27, the stop time there, line number 4. That's letter B, mark it. 42, 43 is letter C when you go to piano after the decrescendo in the new phrase. Letter C, mark it. All right, and then the shout chorus is going to be at 61. Mark it. There's an extra measure at this time. I know what today's date is, I promise. I think it's June, tell me phone, June 10th, 2026. 40, 61, 2, 63. Measure 61, 2, 3, 64 of Streetlight Shuffle. As of today is extra. Cross it out. It's wrong. So you're going to go 61, 62, 63, 65 with the triplets. Now I bet you're glad you're watching this video, okay, for those who stuck around. Let's go down the page. I'm going to jump ahead real quick. No, I'm not. I'm just going to continue. 61 is the shout chorus. I already said that. Mark it. Moving on. Okay, so then we're going down the page. 82 is, look, you see 82? It's the bottom, very bottom first measure. 1, 83. 84, you need to draw a bar line in there, divide it in 2, and draw 4 slashes. There's an extra measure there. For my people that hear really well and they don't really read the music, you're probably playing it right. But for the folks like me who had a little more trouble and was always all about, reading the music, and listening, trying to do both, I would just read there and be wrong every time and go, no, you guys are early. Or in reality, there'd be maybe a mistake. It happens, okay? So you got it. Measure 64, cross it out. 82, 83. Measure 84, make it 2, okay? All right, so we're going to go back in. This track is going to pick up at A-ish. Off. Off. Cool, big fill there. I saved my dumped the truck. 4-stroke rough, kind of a 16-note triplet. I said off a couple times. I'm going to have another version where I just play time through there. I like the way this feels. Those of you who have listened to the original recording already know that it may be different. I'm not going to tell you the answer. You should go listen. If there was a musical director present or, a band leader, and they were like, hey, Gomez, just play. Obviously, I would just do that. But I'm in a position right now where I just have to make the decisions all on my own. I think it sounds cool. In the world of shuffle and blues, is it that common to stop every 4 bars? No. But this melody, bum, bum, ba-ba-da, it's kind of cute. It works. So, I don't know. Is it wrong? Flame me in the comments. So, like I said, you'll get another version. Moving on. We're at letter B. If you didn't mark it, stops. Big fill there. 32. I choose to fill on beat 1. Take the whole measure. You'll see that, people are holding over or nobody's playing there. So I'm like, it says to fill on beat 3. I moved it up. Is it wrong? Repeat after me, band. Interpret, right? So we have to interpret as jazz drummers how we want to, do things, how things work. And so, I used my ear and I thought, well, it says fill there and it's jazz and I'm interpreting it there. Okay. Is it wrong? I don't know. You tell me. It felt fine. rock into that. I set that up. Woo. You'll see me do that on every take. Ba-bum, ba-bum. I really kind of play that out there, the decrescendo. So I'm at bum, 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 da, da, da. And I exceed the volume that I was at on that little pedal feel because I want to display that to the judges. I want people to know, like, I'm executing this. Okay, so like there are this contest mindset things that I will try to explain to you. All right, here we go. Letter C, what do I do? Listen to how I stop the hi-hat on 4. That's typically what I do, and I did that in the A section. Bum, bum, right? And so my fill is floor tom in the right, hi-hat in the left, bum, bum, and I close with my foot because that is about as much silence as I want. I tried to rehearse a total silence, bum, bum, ba-da. That's a little much. So yeah, it's funny that even with the addition of a closed hi-hat, left foot operation, yeah, I think that's the minimum I could go. Any more total silence is like, that feels wrong to me, right? Okay, here we go. All right. Measure 60. The bones are on 4. They've been going on at letter C. Dee dee da be ba bo ba da bum bum. Listen to the bones. Set up and be ba. All right. All right, coming back into it. They are, yeah. And I tie that crash cymbal over too. Yeah, just notice how I play with that little crunchy harmony. Boom, bag up, hi-hat, boom. And I launch off that. Pencil it in. It's going to be measure 61. You ready? 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 4, 1, and 3, 4, build. And as I counted 3, 4, that 3, 4 count is where that measure is removed now. Okay, so as of today, I don't know if there's, and I checked the errata. There's nothing. So, sorry guys. Put you on notice. If you have the ability to play that the double stopped in 3 la li, 4 la li, 1, like this old man does, do it. But if not, shuffle it up, boom, 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 something like that. Okay, but that's pretty epic. Took me a long time, a lot of years to be able to play that. Listen to how my fill. I kind of go down the kit, and then so just like a lot of people ask me, what fill should I play? How do you do fills? Or and I was the same. Nowadays, I listen to where the music is going. When the band goes down, descending in any scale fashion or melodic fashion, we investigate going down first. Likewise for ascending, right? So listen to this fill. Crash there. Or the shout chorus. Listen to this. Boom, boom, crash. Right? So notice that this is a shout. This version I'm playing at measure 66. Don't look at me, look at it. 66. I'm going 1, 2, yeah, and 1, 2, and I'm going straight for the setups this time. I will play another version for you where it's mostly time-based, which is going to be better for beginners. Okay. Yeah, let's play on. Yeah, and so that little, I call that like crunchy harmony. There's something about it. Oh, by the way, shout out to Josh V2. Follow him on Instagram. Thanks for the cut, buddy. That's good. I measure 84, and now the new 85, which we made. I decided to play the hi-hat time again to support the idea that I played at 61. Bop, bebop, bop, bebop. I tried to leave it out there. It just felt like, well, that's silly. You did it once, and it came back, and you weren't with it. Like, yeah, okay, so that was the first take. Let's go on to the second take. We'll play this one out. That was a lot of fill and setup energy in the shout chorus. Here's take 2. Slightly different at measure 12. This tune's going to be a lot more time in the pocket. Yeah. That was bump, bump, bass drum and cymbal. No snare drum or no high voice. All right? Snare, snare. And that allows the snare to come in at the phrase. So that was kind of cute. I dumped the truck there, stop, but I played 3 and 4, that open hi-hats on a straight feel. Yeah, I don't know, it's probably a little too cute. I'm the only person who's going 3 and 4 and 1. The whole band's going 3, 4, 1. So whatever. Remember, I just put myself in the hot seat. I took some takes. It's my audition too. So this is a more stock fill. So for my beginner and intermediate students that can't do what I did in the last take or the fancy stuff you'll hear more, try this. It's da da digga digga da ba pow. 1 lead, 3 and 4 and. And it works, right? It works. It's back boom ba da ba da boom ba da ba da boom. Swinging out. Drew, swinging, man. So what's the message here? Stick to what you know and go from there. Okay? Stick to what you know and go from there. If you're not really able to pull out all the diddles and the extra ornamentation that I put in my fill sometimes like that, don't worry about it. Just run your race, right? Run your race. Train up. Let's go. All right, let's talk about that. I did not do that last take. That is going to be 37 and 38. Okay, measure 37 and 38. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 and 3 and. So watch those kicks there. You may interact with them. You have to write them in. But that's what you hear here, right? Again, just a bunch of slashes. I listen to the track. If you haven't done that, listen and write out the horn parts. Just put them above the staff like they look like normally. I'm on the hi-hat, and I did not stop for the stops. I do lock, bump, bump, like internalize that. Bill. Tied over the hat differently. This time, crash on 4. So this is take 2, right, gang? And so it's very much a time shuffle based thing. Again, if I had a musical director, if I had people saying, hey, why don't you just do this, or that's too much? Sure, I can do a lot of things that aren't necessary all the time. My only goal is to serve the song, right? And the only reason, again, that we have multiple takes here for you guys is so everybody in the state doesn't learn one thing. So I play some things that I think would work, and then if you were in the all-state or all-region band, maybe you would have direction from your band director, and you would kind of massage those parts. And yeah. So this take is real time based. Crash there. Do not rest there. It's a sharp horse. Ah. Tight hat. Open. Cute ending there. All right, let's talk about that. Now, here we're at the end of the piece. So, measure 83. Boob it up. It's the berry and maybe the bass bone. On that 4 and 1, okay, your ensemble figure. It's like a 2D figure, right? All together, everyone. It does not go dee-da-da or dee-dee-dee. It goes do-da-da, right? And so notice my toms. Floor, high, snare, boo-boo-da. And they may not be those exact notes in like A440. But that's, again, how do I make my fills? What I have like an endless idea of fills now when I'm listening to a song. So you should play towards that. Probably too cute. Just close. Take 3. Take number 3. This is a little more playful. Let's see what we get. Yeah. A little playful, a little busy. That was a drag. Digga-doom, ba-pa, kick, tom-tom, hugga-dump, 1, 2, 3, kick, high-low, hugga-doom, pa. Yeah, so you hear the stops there at the A section, and for sure they're a little more playful for me. I'm just trying things, and yeah, that's probably too cute, I'd say, but I mean, if you play it well, and you find maybe another voicing, yeah, it's another version of not resting is the point. The setup. Ooh, I like that. Ha ha. So that's my little setup there. Same rhythm. Boom, ba-boom, boom. But I chose to play it on the hat. So let's review that. That was the first video that I didn't do a fill, right? So join me, please. On the music, we're looking at measure 61 where it says hi-hat. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, and 4, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. To me, that feels epically open, but it's not wrong. With a few rehearsals and a few reps, it might feel epically perfect. We'll see. Okay, we're going for it now. Yeah, crash, crash. Yeah, so I also didn't play there, and I made the joke. I looked at my watch like, man, it's like forever. Let's see. Off. That's what's written to do, by the way. Bum. So measure 83. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, bum, bum, boo, ba, dum, off, beat up, waiting, fill. That's what it says to do. But remember the word interpret, like we have permission to do things that serve the song. That's what the music says to do. So if you interpret the music, ink and paper, verbatim, only do that. That's what I played. I like to get a little busier. I mean, I think the tune is kind of cooking, it's bouncing, and we are kind of setting it down. I can't keep going up higher when the band's like, "Hey, we're gonna slow down, right?" And I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "All the way up, right?" Uh, but just think about that. I hope that you guys feel good about like the word interpret, and then maybe you can make some better informed choices. Let's move on. So this one's again more time based. I brought it in on the hi-hat. More time. No stopping. I think I get a little too cute here. Let's see what happens. A little too cute. That's what that was the intent. That's kind of the whole spirit and true character of that fill. Probably a little too cute again. Options. Is it wrong? On a live gig, I mean, sure, have some fun and play out. But on a studio session, like maybe this recording is going to act like for a lot of us, then, you want to, play towards the mindset of a studio recording in that regard. Woo! Boom. Don't let it phase you. I think I missed a note on the snare. I think I missed a note on my shuffle on the snare. I just don't care. Yeah, I don't want that to happen. But I spent a lot of time, like decades of my life, like maybe some of you identify with just like being too hard on myself. I could not release this video because of that. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put it out. So I'm not that worried about it. If it was a studio session in New York City with my band Lucas Jack, I would take it again for our new record. So this is particularly my favorite take of how I get into this with the crash on 4 and the hi-hat time. Let's review that. I haven't done it yet. It's a bass drum supporting a crash cymbal into the hi-hat. You hear that cymbal just fade away? Yeah? And then, it's fading there, and it almost like reveals the hi-hat time, although the hi-hat's here, and this happens. In my brain, it's like this character moves away, the cymbal, and the hi-hat comes into the center stage, Last time. And that I really launch into some triplet rhythms there. It's two, boom. I probably take the most liberty with jumping in there. So yeah, it feels right, and it feels like I'm bringing the band in. You'll hear me play some fills, maybe on the other tune on Ram Functious, or not even I think that's feels good to the band. Even I was like, what? I almost threw myself off the one, which is like, what are you doing at that point, right? Setups. Woo! Yeah. I like that. Probably my favorite setups there in any take. I want to stop there because I want to talk about the cymbal choking. Everybody, play a right foot, a left hand, and then just pinch. Okay, upside down, of course, because your stick's going to be. So we're going to go pinch and pinch. So these two are going down. This is coming up, and you have to develop bum, bum, boo, bum. So let's listen to that. See that? So work on your crashing. I do that all the time everywhere, and it makes things super tight because cymbals hanging over are not wrong. Again, they're not wrong, but it's a tool in your toolbox, right? And when used musically, it can really just be off on one or off on whatever, as we are here. And it can really just be a really musical, abrupt moment and percussive moment and contribution to the musical experience around us, right? We're trying to serve the song, make the best song possible, right? Best listening experience and the best piece of audio art, if you will. Music is art in that way. So I encourage you to think about choking and watch these videos, particularly when I do it. Slow yourself down. Don't do it at tempo. You can jam a nail. I've been there in between the cymbals. So, yeah, message. Work on your cymbal chokes while you're orchestrating around the instrument. And that's both hands, too. I went down the toms. I went down the toms. I made some remarks on that earlier. And I went or whatever. I went down. It sounds okay. It's fine, you know. Again, the drums aren't tuned to perfect pitch, right? So they're tuned to about a fourth. You may hear that. I like my drums usually at a fourth, sometimes at a fifth, probably a fourth. So there you go. Play them up, play it down, but just play it well, and you'll stand out. Take five. Take five. Check out this fill. Yeah. There's the high voice. Earlier, I said that the bass plays ba-ba-da-ba 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4, right? But I'm going crash, you know, and so now we have a full spectrum in the equalizer with the bass covering that and me covering at least the high, mids, and up, if not everything else. An additional benefit in my book report to you is that it brings the backbeat in on 4 and sets up the feel. 1, 2, and 3 and 4, 2, 3, and you're in. You know what I'm saying? Like that feels a certain way. Is one more right and more correct than the other? Are any wrong? I don't know. You tell me. You know, I think as long as you play them well, you play them mature, and you see me. I'm getting big sounds out of this beautiful drum kit. But I'm not destroying. I'm not overplaying anything. I've grown out of that, and you should too. Just don't break sticks, don't break heads, don't break cymbals. Like if it's not the equipment, it's you. So I don't know. You tell me. Should we lose sleep over it? I mean, they're all good options. So you guys, like I said earlier, find the one that speaks to you, and and then just refine that and find your own voice. This is like a 50s rock and roll thing that I'm doing at the stop time. Stop time at letter B, gang. Bump, did I, and 2 and 3 and I'm playing the upbeats on the hi-hat. 1, 2, Nobody's playing there. I'm interpreting that space as permission to fill. And I have, I don't know, some Elvis tune or some Little Richard or some rock and roll, American rock and roll, right? That's kind of informing that decision for me and allowing me to feel confident and affirming that, like, this is good music. Yeah, and again, I repeat, at the request of my MD or musical director, I would gladly just not do it if they were like, yo, chill out on that. I'm like, sure, don't care. Woo! Ba boom, ba digga ba. All right, cheat code. Kick, right, left, right. Kick, high tom, floor tom. Hugga huh. Hugga huh. Hugga boom. Hugga boom. And if you're not hip to this yet, for all my drum set players, this goes beyond jazz. Drums is all styles. It's kick, right, left, boom. So learn that. Boop. Kick, right, left, kick, and then go kick, left, right, kick, left, right, kick, left, right. It's harder to say. But that feel is hugga boom. Ba digga boom. Ba digga boom. Can you hear that? Okay. This tom sounds so good. A great sound. First video where I played the high tom, and this is a voicing. I always say voicing in my fills. I voiced it out. I kind of like the floor tom better, but I mean, is it illegal? I don't know. You tell me. Is it wrong? Has nobody in the history of the world done it, and nobody ever will? Like, I don't think so. You know, so maybe the floor tom there. Maybe also the high tom not illegal. Just play well and execute and play on. Don't love that. It's a part. The saxes are hanging over. You know, and if the drums are out, something needs to be there. You hear what I'm saying? And I'm, and then there's a slight breath there. Don't love that. It's probably not the number one fill I choose. It's fine. In the region room, in the Allstate room, you're not likely to lose your region contest based off a little detail like that. If you're playing like I'm playing and just keeping it in the pocket, and you have some you know what everybody says these days, some vocabulary, some proper fills, you're already in a good place. So don't lose sleep over, oh, well, you know, that little 2-3 fill. Like, yeah, if you have a gut feeling that there's something else and that's not the one, then find it. But if the day comes in September and you're at the audition and you didn't quite like figure that fill out yet, but you got a few prepared, just play them. It's literally 2, 3, 2, 3. It's like 6 beats over separate measures, right? And in the context of an entire arrangement. So think bigger picture and play towards the bigger picture. Okay. I think I got a little ahead of something. Smile. Yeah, pro tip, just smile. When something doesn't go your way, just smile about it. I think I smiled and I'm like, something didn't go right, but I mean, it sounded fine. See, in my head, and I was like, there's so much pressure of the cameras and the audio, and then you got to do this part and help the kids. I mean, I thought I made a mistake there because I smiled and that's what I do. But I mean, I didn't hear it, so I'm also in my head. So stay out of your head. Just have a good time. Choke. That's the fill I didn't love, and it started with the high tom voicing. I was like, like, oh, that isn't it. That definitely was not my first choice. Let's listen to that. So, like, quick plug: if you're studying with me at St. Mary's University or here in San Antonio, Texas, out of my home studio, these are the conversations we'd have. Like, I mean, high snare, maybe not. I would maybe coach you away from that. It's also a part. Like, if you had a great run at region or even your state recording, let's say you made first 2 chairs, you get the 2 weeks, they come back, you're going to just record and you're going to go for state. And you do a little something like that. Just make sure whatever you do after that, just stay out of your own way, okay? I teach this in my studio. I don't care if you make a mistake. I really, truly don't care. I care what you do about it. I care what happens next. I think Nate Smith said this really well recently. He said, if you want to know what you really sound like, it's what you sound like after you make a mistake, okay? On stage or in a concert, on stage, in a live performance. Because that's when you feel the most poo-poo about the whole thing, right? Like, oh, so then you have to collect yourself, because if you're thinking about your mistake, you're going to make another mistake. And now what are we doing? So keep calm. It happens to everybody. I'm going to leave that in there because I can tell just looking at my body language, and I hear that fill, I'm like, yeah, wasn't. And then it informed that crazy long fill at the end, which was a fill that was in time, that ended when it was supposed to, that was sort of musical. But the way it came in, and I was like, I don't think that's guiding the band. If I was, Barry sits far away from me, probably the furthest member from the drum set. Sorry, Barry player, my Barry. He's probably like, oh, dude, where's what? Like, what is like? I could have played something that was like more predictable, that would have guided the listener or the performer, my fellow teammate, to go with confidence and ease. Instead, I played something that he had to like put his ears up, right? And his bandwidth in his brain was like, oh, where are we? Red alert, red alert. So let's listen to that, because I think this is a good example of a fill that like would be fine. You should not lose sleep over. Remember, it's in the context of the whole song, but in a microscopic kind of way, probably not the most musical choice. And this, I guarantee you, was straight improv. You know what it is? It's my crescendo. It resolved early. And the second one's the one I'm like, sorry, it's like a fake out to me. Anyway, am I overthinking it? Let me know in the comments if you're actually still watching this video. Yeah, and so if I have to, give you a book report and tell you what I did wrong, it's probably the crescendo is a fake out, and like, also, it's fine. It's fine. But if you can play something else and avoid it, you should do that. And then feel great about yourself, make the best music you can with your teammates and your band director and your bandmates, and live life, because we only got one. And we get to do this. Next video.